Hey, what's going on, everybody? FullFrontage here today, bringing you all a Clash Mini video, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you all tips on how to create a deck to theorycraft when balance changes come out. This has been a requested video on the channel from people in direct messages and Discord and everything like that, so I'm going to be talking about that today. If these tips helps you, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more content so you don't miss out on tips like this. So, I have created 2 decks prior to this video. I'm going to talk my thought process through them, and then we're going to create one live together on a video. The time I'm recording this video, the balance changes are not out yet because I'm recording it the day before, but this is to help you so that you can theorycraft your own decks on the day that balance changes do come out, which is tomorrow at the time I'm recording this video, or today at some point. They might already be out, they might not be, but who knows? Make sure you check it, make sure. So let's talk about the first deck that I have created. I created this Wave Master deck. So what goes into choosing the hero and synergizing with the minis? So the first thought is, how does the hero play? What is the usability of the hero? For the Wave Master, you want it to survive and be able to get its super off. Once it gets its super off, that's when it starts to get its effective nature of whatever the hero is that you're playing. So you definitely want to have a tank in a deck with the Wave Master to tank the shots early on while the Wave Master stacks up its super. So that is where the Mega Knight comes in. That's my decision with the Mega Knight. You know, the Mega Knight is really good. It's also getting a buff in terms of the stun usage that it's going to be able to get off of its first one. So that will synergize really well, because if the Mega Knight is able to get its super off and the Wave Master gets its super off, you're already in a great spot for crowd control ability. So that's thought number 1. Then we have the mini Pekka and the bowler. The bowler is a really good mini. It's able to hit, has that clash ability. You can slow things down at the start, let the Wave Master kind of get a head start in building up its energy so that it can cast its super. And we have the mini Pekka. Mini Pekka, I think, is going to be pretty usable within this meta, because if Wave Master comes in the meta, if Barbarian King happens to stay in the meta, or if Skeleton King is able to work its way into the meta, or if they have any minis like the Mega Knight that are up front, mini Pekka with Dissipate is going to be a great unit to have. So that's the thought there. Fisherman, there's a lot of ranged buffs coming in. We have Healing Ranger getting a buff, we have Witch getting a buff, we have Magic Archer getting a buff, we have Electro Wizard getting a buff. So I'm just trying to see, does Fisherman work in this deck? Remember, this is theory crafting. These are not 100% win rate meta decks or anything like that. And then I have the Electro Wizard. The Electro Wizard is getting a buff. It's going to be insane at 2-star, the first upgrade and the 3rd upgrade, so we want to try to get that. Now, why did I put this specific deck together? This deck is going to be a huge crowd control based deck. Mega Knight getting a buff, you don't really need to upgrade it depending on what that range actually is for its first upgrade. So that's thought number 1. Thought number 2, Wave Master is a very crowd control based hero. Once it gets its tidal wave super, it's going to go to the farthest enemy and stun everything. Electro Wizard, once you have it at that 2 stars, you're basically going to be able to infinite stun lock your opponent between these 3 units. Mini Pekka with Dissipate is going to be included in there as well. That is a very good unit to help deal some damage and also help prevent your opponent from getting any supers off on their front line. And then you have the Fisherman and Bowler for crowd control. So thinking about that now, we have 30 elixir to spend in a game. So what does this look like? Because you're probably thinking this is a really expensive deck. So we know Mini Pekka with Dissipate is a must. So we know we're spending 6 elixir there. We know we have the Mega Knight coming out. That's 10 elixir. We don't know if we're going to upgrade it, so we'll leave it at that. We have the Bowler coming out. That is a 3 elixir mini. That will cost in there, so that brings it up to 13. Then you have the Fisherman, 4 elixir, that's going to bring it up to 17. And then you have the Electro Wizard. We know we want to try to get that to 2 stars. That's going to be 12 elixir coming in. That will leave us with 29 elixir used across the span of 5 rounds. Then you want to try to think about the upgrade priority in that matchup. Well, it's really going to depend on what your goals are with this deck. Mine is a ton of crowd control. So my first thought is, well, let's start with the Mega Knight, see if that goes well. If we have the Bowler and Mini Pekka in hand, then maybe we want to get that because that's an extra body on the field to help that Wave Master kind of stay alive a little bit longer. So ideally, first play is Mini Pekka and Bowler, and then from there, you can kind of adjust. You can sell one of the units and get 2 4-cost units down, or you can get an upgrade for either like the Mega Knight or the Electro Wizard, depending on what your roles look like. And it really just depends on the situation that you're in. So again, making sure that the units that you're getting are going to be usable and how much elixir that you're going to need with them. So that is the thought process in creating a deck, and I'm going to talk about this deck as well. I had created this deck at the start of Season 3 or something similar. I think I put Mega Knight in there as a difference, but again, here's what we're going to be talking about. We know the Mega Knight's going to come in, that's 4 elixir. We know the Royal Ghost is going to come in, that's 7 elixir. Golden Giant, that's 10 elixir. Lumberjack, that's 13 elixir. The Witch comes in, that's 17 elixir. We still have elixir to play around with. Again, there's no 2-cost minis, but there are 2 4-cost minis. So we'll probably want to focus on the upgrades for the Witch, especially because the Royal Ghost now has its Ghost Army ability as its base ability for its Clash. So we'll be able to invis the Archer Queen, we'll be able to invis the Witch, and then everything else on the board are tanky units. Our opponents are just going to be focusing on those tanky units because the Royal Ghost will make everything else invisible. So we probably want to take the remaining 13 elixir and dedicate that towards the Witch, which means you can upgrade the Witch to 3 stars if you need to. That is an insane amount. Maybe you can go 2 stars and an upgrade on the Mega Knight, or 2 stars and upgrade on the Golden Giant, or 1 star for the Witch, which will bring it up to 21, and then you can upgrade Golden Giant twice, you can upgrade Lumberjack twice, you can upgrade the Royal Ghost. There's tons of room to play around with this deck in terms of the upgrades, so the base upgrades are super important. What are the viabilities in that you know need to be upgraded to make that mini playable, and how does it relate to the hero that you're playing within that deck? So with all those tips in mind, we're going to create our own deck for this. And I want to create a Skeleton King deck because Skeleton King is getting a buff, and I really, really hope it's going to be good. So we're going to start with that. So Skeleton King. My first thought is, what goes good with the Skeleton King? What will make it viable? I think healing might be good. So I'm thinking healing, or the Battle Healer, to come out here to help keep the Skeleton King alive a bit longer. So that is my first thought. With that, Battle Healer is getting a slight rework. I don't know if we're going to be upgrading things yet. I need to play around with the upgrades to kind of see how it synergizes. So right now, we're just going to count this Battle Healer as just the base 4 elixir, counting no upgrades to it. Then I think I want to get the Ice Wizard in here. I think the Ice Wizard will synergize really well with the Skeleton King because it's going to slow the enemies down. For the Ice Wizard to be effective, I know we're going to need those first 2 upgrades, which means we're going to be spending 6 elixir for the Ice Wizard to be viable, which means we're already at 10 elixir, so we have 20 elixir remaining throughout the match to keep in mind. So next thing I want to talk about is I think I want to try the Magic Archer with this deck. Now we are adding an extra 4-cost mini in, so we're going to count that as the 14. We'll likely be upgrading the Magic Archer, so I want to keep that in mind because I think the viability of the Magic Archer is going to be with its first upgrade and with its 3rd upgrade, if not both. So if we're talking about that, and I know that that's what I might be going for, then we're already sitting at 22 elixir being spent, which means we have 8 elixir to play around with. So what works well with that remaining 8 elixir? And you keep that in mind. 8 is an even number, so I might want to go 1 3 elixir and then another 2 elixir mini. But knowing that the 2 elixir mini would not need to be upgraded, so is there a 2 elixir mini that you can afford to have in that might not be upgraded? Maybe, maybe not. If anything, it would be like the Knight. But if we did want to upgrade something, then it would likely be the Guard. So first thing that I'm thinking about with this is we probably want to have a tank-based unit that will help dish out some damage. So could potentially be a Knight, could probably be a Barbarian in here as well. get the Clash ability from the Barbarian. That might be really good. That's 4 elixir, meaning we have 4 elixir left to spend, or we just upgrade the Barbarian, or we sacrifice 1 elixir and have a 3 cost unit to come into play with this. And my immediate thought is maybe we want to have a 3 cost base unit. We definitely want a melee unit because we already have 2 ranged units coming in, and so we need another backline based unit. And I'm thinking immediately either the Golden Giant, the Lumberjack, or possibly even the Mega Knight for this, because we already have our 2 cost minis. But we're gonna try the Lumberjack because I think with the Rage Potion, it might help the Skeleton King be able to get its super off, might help the Battle Healer be able to get its super off a little bit quicker, and be able to heal up everything else that's on the board. So I think we're going to try this deck, and that is my thought process going into it. If this did help you, let me know down in the comment section below, and if you find any decks that you're having success with, let me know down there as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more content, and don't forget to turn that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later. Peace out.